This is Project Hope for the Homeless on 25 Freedom Road. I am Judy Burr, the CEO. I've been with Project Hope from the very beginning. We are in our 23rd year. It was formed by the Catholic Commission of Lake and Geauga. They had a roundtable discussion with a lot of the local churches and nonprofits, including the Coalition for Housing and Supportive Services, and they got together and formed the Ecumenical Shelter Network of Lake County. There was no formal system in place for the homeless of our community, and back then there was hotel stays, short-term stays, but that didn't really address the issues. It was more of a bandage approach when it first started. We have 35 beds, and about 15 of those are dedicated to families with children now in our Families Moving Forward program. Soon it will be 35 for the adult side only. So we'll go to 50 beds by the end of 2016. That's our goal. We have about 30 part-time staff members who come from all different agencies in the community, including some from Signature Health. They work from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Typically when people come in the door at 7, they come in, they greet everyone, go through a thorough security check to keep everybody safe. Nobody's allowed in under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Explains the goals of the program, provide resources to them, referrals, and every 7 days help review their progress and link them to housing, hopefully by the end of their stay. Typically 45 days. They really need a good month to get honest about their situation, get linked to the proper resources, build the trust with us, and move on to the next best step. Last year, 100% of our families were successfully housed when they left. A shelter guest can stay from 7 p.m. till 7 a.m. Meals are provided by all of our volunteers in the community. We probably have about 30 churches providing meals and about a half a dozen restaurants and several individuals too. Enough meals every single night, 365 days a year, and that's all coordinated through our volunteer coordinator. Lights out are at 10:30 p.m. and that's so they get a good night's sleep because we have to get up bright and early, 5:45, get their things together for the day and be on their way. The bus is typically here by 6:30 a.m. If they have a child and they're in a family, we open at 1 p.m. Monday through Friday, Salvation Army has a wonderful daytime drop-in center. Typically we have more men than we do women, but again, that's changing with all the mothers that we've been serving. Out of 400 people, I'd say about 50 of them to 80 are children. We've had newborn babies born here, and we've had anybody in their up into their 80s living here. Several mothers have their babies and then come back from the hospital here. We have lost lives. It's kind of some of our darker days. We've actually lost people. Families Moving Forward was created because a lot of the children were swept to the side. We didn't have a great need years ago, but it more than quadrupled in just a few years. So we began to have more child-friendly services and more partners, and they needed a separate space for safety and just somewhere to play. A lot of them were in strollers confined to their carriers. It was no way to spend their afternoon. They need a good nap. They need to be able to do homework. We have a lot of retired school teachers that come and do tutoring. So it's a lot more child friendly when they come in now. They're not afraid. Our whole purpose is to lessen trauma, not create it. So that program has really helped with that. When we first built the building, I had a little boy, he was probably about 2 years old, came to the entryway. He came to the wrong door. And it was the end of the day and I was pretty tired. And I opened the door and he was there to greet me. It was raining and he looked up, he had these little wire rim glasses on and he was just looking up and he says, "Is this the door that we go?" His parents didn't look as enthusiastic. They were standing behind him with suitcases and exhausted from traveling, and he was just so hopeful. And it just made me happy that thanks to the community, we do have a door that he can go to. And they stayed with us for quite some time and were able to get housing. And we've seen a lot of people succeed tremendously. We have people on our board that used to live here, staff and volunteer base. So that is one of the nicer things about being around long term, to see some of those changes. I love watching someone walk in that can't even make eye contact and leaving full of healthy pride and confidence and breaking the cycle in their life for generations to come. Project Hope is really doing a lot to educate the overall community on homelessness and ways people can help respond. When we all work together in Lake County, we can make a huge impact on this population, and I believe that's why we're here.